Let us talk to the pride of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Yes, she reps Orlando these days, but we know when it's time to fight, she's got the Canadian flag behind her. She is a Canadian at heart. She is, in my opinion, the number one contender at 145 pounds. She is the phenom Felicia Spencer. Felicia, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. And wow, what a static shot that is. No movement. It's just there. I love it. It's locked in.
Yeah.
Well done to you, and well done on the victory on Saturday. Congratulations. And so I want to start with this because we were just talking about this before you came on. I thought it was really cool the way the UFC booked this. They had you and Megan fighting on the same card. They had her fighting first. I think you get the nod. You're higher ranked. You beat her. She sets the tone, and then you respond. Did you watch her fight? Were you in the locker room watching what she did? And when you saw what she did you say to yourself, all right, I need to do something better than that. I need to one-up her?
I didn't actually watch, but my team, kind of was reacting to it. I was kind of just in the zone. And I didn't put too much on, I figured that it would be, that it was possible that she would also get a first round finish, but I knew I wanted to do also a first round, just do my job. I'm just focused on me and making my statement. So I didn't put too much weight on it.
So the TV's not even on in the locker room?
The TV was on. I'm not too big on like watching, but it's not like I try to avoid watching. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing, and it's there in the background.
Did you run into her at any point throughout the week?
Not much. During the ceremonial weigh-in, I was close to her, and we had some words. All good. We're good. So I ran into my opponent more often than I ran into her, and also I ran into Norma at the time. So it seems like everyone was very chill, very cool.
What was that like when you ran into Zarah?
Uh, Very cordial. I mean, she came, shook my hand. I think I was sitting down. She walked up, shook my hand, and basically just smiles and good luck. Best to you, and see you Saturday. So it was, to me, it was nothing crazy. Just meeting someone, and gonna see you later.
Yeah. Other than the tough finale, the season of The Ultimate Fighter, which featured the women's featherweight division, this was just the second time in UFC history that there were two women's featherweight fights on the same card. Did you view this, as they said on the broadcast, like a mini Grand Prix? Did you view it this way, like, oh, the fact that they're putting us on the same card, all right, they're trying to see who comes out looking better and that a potential title shot is on the line here?
That's the way it seemed. I mean, that's everyone's been talking about it, and absolutely, that it was a showcase for whoever's going to fight Amanda. And I know that's what Amanda wants to do, is have a fight really soon to defend her belt. So I think I did enough to earn it.
And I
Earn
think
that shot.
And I think Amanda deserves a lot of credit, right? Because she doesn't have to be so adamant about defending that title, but I think her doing so opens the door for one of you. She could say, look, I'm going to fight at 135 until a suitable contender emerges, but she has told the UFC quite clearly, from what I'm told, I want to fight at 145 next. Are you aware of this as well? And did you know this before the fight, which gave you some confidence that, hey, if I do something great in this fight, I could be next?
Absolutely. I mean, Amanda's been saying that for a while, that she wants to have that check, on her list of achievements, to be the first to defend both of her belts. And I know that that's what she's been wanting to do since her last fight. So to me, it was just a matter of showing up, doing my job impressively, which I think I did, and taking my shot at the title next, and winning the belt.
And so how about you going into this fight? Because, of course, the last time we saw you was in July. What a big opportunity that was. What a great showing from you it was. But it was your first pro loss against Chris Cyborg, of course, in Edmonton. Going into this fight, how did you feel about yourself internally? Because you were coming off a loss. At the end of the day, you could be showered with as much praise as possible from Dana White and media, but you did come off a loss. Did you feel like you were less confident, doubting yourself, anxious? How were you reacting to coming off your first pro loss?
I felt really good. I felt kind of just back in the swing of things. Every fight is the biggest fight of your life. Whatever, whoever's next in front of you is gonna make your career go this way or that way. So for me, Zarah was my next biggest step, and it's always just big. So Of course, again, I know there's always the roller coaster of nerves, but to me, it's like I'm ready. I expect the nerves to come, so when they come, I'm comfortable with them. And there wasn't really any, not too much added pressure. I know that, from the outside, it seemed like there was a lot of pressure to, to be impressive and, to win, of course, with the circumstances of, fighting Zarah who fought Megan. But to me, it was just I need to go do my job. I need to make a statement, and I really wanted to make it as violent as possible. So, to show a little bit of a different side that people haven't seen as much of, and it pretty much played out the way I was hoping.
What, if anything, did you learn about yourself and about fighting when you went in there against Chris Cyborg, going toe to toe with her for 15 minutes? What did you come away with?
For me, it was just it gave me that little drive again of, not that I ever lost drive, but that little push to just seize every moment that's in the fight. I know there was a lot of things that could have executed differently with Chris, and I still believe I can win, and it's just a matter of training to react certain ways, and to also just take what I see and just execute things differently, and everyone is beatable, and everyone can find a way to beat anybody. So I'm excited to have another big opportunity to take on another legend. Like, I feel like the luckiest person to see. Like, I get in, I have a win, I fight a legend, I get another win. I'm gonna hopefully get to fight another legend all within a year. So I know I've earned my spot, and I feel really grateful to be in the position I'm in too.
Any particular reason why you took 7 months off in between fights?
Well, I wanted to try to fight the beginning of 2020, with fighting Megan, and then right away jumping back into camp to fight Cyborg. I knew I'd want a little break. Wasn't sure, how long that would end up being, but I was thinking like January, February, so it worked out all right. I did also get married to my longtime fiance in December, and so that was, we kind of threw that together quickly, since I was like, well, I still don't have a fight lined up, and he didn't have a fight lined up, so like, let's hurry up and just get married and engaged forever. And so that it worked out really nice to be able to do that, and then jump back into camp. And he actually jumped right back into fight camp also. So it was a busy couple months.
And congratulations, Mazel Tov, on the marriage. And I understand your husband now. He has made his pro debut as well, right?
Exactly. Yep. He got a faster TKO finish than I did, though. So
Wow.
it's always a competition.
Yes, I love it. That's amazing. Do you feel different now that you're a married woman? Like, when you're fighting, do you feel like you have a different purpose, or kind of the same thing?
No, it's kind of the same. Nothing really about our life has changed. It's that, now we're officially married. We've pretty much been living the married life for a long time. We did get a puppy, which is the only thing that's really drastically different about our life. But as far as the motivation, I'm there. I fight for those around me. My team. I feel like I can showcase my team, and everyone that's ever put anything into me. It's all on display when I fight. But I also fight for me, and I like to win. So that's why that's why I'm there, and I'm gonna go all the way.
And by the way, what do you think of the finish? It seemed like it was just going on, and especially considering the last fight ended so prematurely. Were you thinking in the midst of that, like, all right, do I still have to keep punching her? She seems to want nothing to do with this.
There was a point where it seemed like it could have been done, but when I'm in there, I didn't really think about it at all. It's just a matter of, you just have to keep going. Ground and pound can be exhausting. If you train it. I was like, just don't stop, because if you take a break, then she'll have a moment to, bridge, or she's got really good bridging. When she gets that leverage, she can do a lot. So I just wanted to be relentless, and for me, it was just go, go, go. Be a buzzsaw until the ref steps in, and it was a long time, but she was doing just enough time. Someone brought it to my attention after the fact that it might have been a little bit late, but it wasn't like I was, making her bleed all over the place. It wasn't like too crazy. And I know the whole crowd was probably a little iffy with the last stoppage. I didn't get to see that yet either, but it is what it is. The refs do a great job for the most part, and I thought it was.
You were okay with the stoppage, but perhaps not okay with the decision to not give you a bonus based on that Instagram post.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I understand. I understand they have a tough choice to make. But yeah, I definitely like to tease about that. Like I was really gunning for a bonus tonight, or on Saturday. It slipped by me when I beat Megan, and it slipped by me, and Megan got the bonus this time. So I was like, dang. I thought I did something, a little bit unusual. Hopefully, it was exciting. I thought it was kind of exciting when to finish it, but she did a good job too. So, and then there was another really great finish. And what can I do? Hopefully, I'll tackle on next time.
So to be very clear, you want to fight Amanda Nunes next. You don't mind if it's May 9th in Brazil, but you think you've done enough to warrant a title shot. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I guess I wasn't very clear after
Yeah.
the fight. I didn't think that it was going to be such a big debate, to be honest. It kind of surprised me after the fact that everyone was heavily debating. Like every post was who should get it. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I beat Megan less than a year ago, and I mean, I know she's coming off of a win, but I also just beat the person to be. And I'm a fan of Megan. I think that she'll get a title shot. Maybe give her a title shot next. When I'm the champion, I'll give her a rematch at that point. Like I think I earned it, and it's my turn, and I'm ready for May.
In a perfect world, would you like to get one or two more fights? I know that I'm not saying that you don't want the title shot, but you are relatively young as far as your MMA career is concerned. Nunes has been doing this a heck of a lot longer. Do you feel like a couple more fights would help you, or do you really think that you are ready for Amanda right now?
I'm ready. I mean, a year is. If I wait a year, is it going to be that much different? I just came off of another great fight camp. I feel better than ever, and like I said, I have a little bit of experience with someone who's very experienced, but I also, some of the girls I fought in the past have been fighting the best of the best for a long time. Like Pam was one that fought everybody, and I've, hung in there with a lot of the best. And I think it's ready. I think it's time for me to just jump in. And like I said, there's not much going on in the division otherwise, so I think it's time. I'm taking that spot.
When you watch Amanda fight, what holes do you see in her game? She's looked so good as of late. How do you beat her?
I mean, there's always little things that you see. I can't really say off the top of my head right now, but when I get my hands on people, things have a tendency to go a certain way. I know my striking looks a little unorthodox sometimes. Like people think that a lot, but I don't care. It works for me. So I think we saw some interesting things in her last performance with Jermaine, and every fight's going to be different. So I don't really put too much weight into a performance of the past. I know that everyone's evolving. I'm a different type of fighter than most people that she faces. So a lot of things can go differently, and I think there's some clever things I can do to take her out. So I'm excited to test my skills against her. It really excites me to have the opportunity.
Are you saying that maybe you weren't all that impressed with her last performance against Jermaine?
Oh no, I mean, it was a good performance. There was just we were starting to see an Amanda that was like just taking people out, in the first round a lot, and just kind of like crazy finishes. So it was just it was a good reminder, I think, that she's a human being, just like Chris. She's just a human being, and she has a game plan. And sometimes things go really, really well when you have a game plan and you take people out in the first round. And sometimes you just have to grind through it, and same goes for her, same goes for me. Sometimes things work out. She doesn't have a perfect record. She's not unbeatable. I know she's done a lot of different things in the last part of her career, but there's definitely a lot of things I see that I can capitalize on, and I know no fight's going to be the same. So I'm ready for her.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, Felicia. I hope you get this title fight. I hope that you get this opportunity. I've been so impressed with what you've done. Shout out to New York Rick way back in the day, who was telling me that there was a young woman from Montreal who was fighting in Invicta, right? Who was making waves, who would be one of the top contenders at 145. And I hope you get it, because I think you did enough on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on getting married. Congratulations on the win. And hopefully we'll see you in May against Amanda Nunes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.